Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 67 for Tuesday, the 13th of April 2021. I'm your host, Mark Webb, Gamertag, Piston D, SteamID, Webby, 360G, and joining me on this fine evening is...
Hello again, it's Cinema Dan.
Oh, shit on it. It's number one Stuntmaster.
And Sensei Switch.
Woohoo! So for those of you that don't know the address to watch us live on Twitch every Sunday night at 8:30pm, that address is twitch.tv/Webby360G. There we stream the show every single Sunday night, 8:30. Join and get involved in the chit chat, ask questions and whatnot, and see my beautiful face. Ah, you lucky people.
We refuse to be on camera.
I know.
And you might get little tidbits that don't make the show, like what just Switch just said. So,
yeah,
not going in the edit. Thank God for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just playing some really nice Street Fighter music as well before the show. It was very nice.
Yeah, but that didn't make the cut either, did it?
Well, no, because I can't put copyrighted music in the main feed because it'll be taken off Spotify. So
yeah,
I need to be quite careful with all that.
That's really bad these days with music. My mate, he makes his own music, and he got copyright pulled on his own music.
Oh, how does that work?
That happens all the time.
Yeah. Metallica had it the other week, didn't they? They were doing a live stream on Twitch a few weeks back, and they got pulled. For
doing their own tunes.
Yeah, for copyright protection, and they replied, "It's our own bloody music."
Yeah.
I'm sure a game or something got copyrighted for the music on their own trailer for their own channel.
That's hilarious.
Tells you how it's gotten.
It's silly now.
It's just automated, isn't it? It just picks it up and goes, "This has got a copyright on it," and
and then a human has to get off his arse and look at it and go, and that takes too long.
Yeah.
So, anyway, old men shake fist at Sky.
Yeah. Cool.
Carry on.
So there's been a little bit of news this week, isn't there?
There
Not
is.
loads. I couldn't find loads. I had to get Dan and a few others to help me this week. So I usually get my news. I usually get my news from n4g.com. They're usually quite good, but this week it's been
They're on holiday.
Been a bit shit. Not really been a lot on there. Yeah. So I'm gonna start off with. Just give me 2 seconds. Fucking computer. So there's been quite a bit of news about Sony have been severely underfunding their studios. So they're not bringing out any new games. Now, there's been a few things. So the first thing is that Sony Bend, they are the team that created Days Gone. They've pitched a sequel, but Sony have turned it down, citing a lengthy development cycle and mixed reception upon launch, even though the game made a profit. So this has obviously upset quite a lot of people, because a lot of people actually really enjoyed Days Gone, including myself. I thought Days Gone was a pretty good game. And then the other piece of news was that Sony are remastering Last of Us for the third fucking time.
Yeah.
So obviously this has got people chattering online, because it's like, okay, Sony are remastering a game that's not even that old for the third time, but they're not bringing out sequels to new IPs which are actually pretty decent. So they're not risk taking. It looks like they're not risk taking anymore, which, gaming, it does involve a little bit of risk, but bringing out new IPs, and sometimes they do well and sometimes they don't, right? But Sony seem to be very risk averse at the moment.
I think here's my take on it. I think the problem that Sony have got is they're not Microsoft. They don't have the money that Microsoft. And I know everyone says, "Oh, Sony got loads of money. They got 100 million consoles out there." Sorry, they're small fish compared to Microsoft. They're tiny. Okay, and the problem you've got is Sony have looked at all the games that they've sold in the last 6-7 years, right? So what's been the big hitters? God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, right? They've all been big hits. Days Gone was not a big hit. Death Stranding was a failed game.
Speaking before you carry on,
yeah, go on.
That's apparently another reason why there's possible rumours that Kojima's now gone to Microsoft,
Yes,
because
that's right.
apparently, like, Sony basically turned him down because they weren't happy with how well Death Stranding performed.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. Well, it didn't sell well, did it? It didn't sell well.
I think it sold reasonably well, but they seem to be running off of Metacritic and all this other stupid shit. And it's like, it didn't get the Metacritic score we wanted, and
come off it. I mean, everyone slagged off Death Stranding, didn't they? Oh, it's a parcel game. So that didn't help it, did it?
Well, it sold really well on PC. It made them over $20 million.
Yeah, well, it might be different on PC because PC is a different crowd, isn't it, compared to the PlayStation? You got to think they like a lot more simmy games. I mean, they do Train Simulator. You've got your playing games. They like, they like stuff.
Lumping all the nerds.
That's
Nerd
it.
Games.
Yeah. So
Simulator.
They want to be the DPD guy. So for them, Death Stranding was perfect. But the problem you got is that the problem you have, and I've seen this with Sony, is that they've been looking at what sells and what doesn't. Games, the games that we want as the gamers, they're not the casual gamers, the proper pure gamers, are games like Gravity Rush, stuff like that, Concrete Genie, and old stuff, like stuff that was on the Vita and stuff, that was real proper raw games. But they're not there. They don't sell. They don't make any money. I mean, Little Nightmares made 1 million. To Sony, it's not their game. But what I'm saying is, that's a game that they can't afford to invest in if it's only going to make 1 million. And the problem.
But then you've got to look at the marketing, like the Days Gone and some of the other games just kind of lack the marketing and the push that Sony gives certain titles.
Yeah.
So it's no wonder if they're not out there in the public conscious, then they're not going to sell as many. That's just a fact. It's like if a film come out and you don't play trailers for it in the cinema, no one's going to know the film's out. You're just going to be relying on word of mouth.
But how much?
That segues into what my take on all this, and I haven't seen my take picked up by anyone else really. What you have to remember is Sony's part of a big conglomerate. There's a film wing, there's an electronics wing. Obviously, you've got the gaming wing, which arguably Sony currently owns the biggest slice of the pie right now. Then when you look across what's happening in the film industry, when you've got, I suppose, all of Sony's products is lumped up pretty much with Spider-Man. It's bringing out an Uncharted game. It's developing Last of Us, the TV series, and some other, IPs. And when you look at it, you got a scenario where you have the biggest selling console on the market. How do you cross-pollinate those IPs into different subsidiaries that you already own? You also, if you look at what something like AT&T are doing with Warner Brothers and HBO Max and everything like that, and then you look over at Disney and what they're doing as well, all those big conglomerates are looking at how they can develop their IPs and bring them forward. And what's happening, I believe, on the PlayStation front, is that they're looking at what they've got, looking to see where they can accelerate and put these games in a more of a pop culture like standing in consumer choice. Arguably, if you were to ask the average man on the street, they wouldn't know what the fuck Uncharted is. They wouldn't have a clue. Hence, you've got the game coming out next year, which is a young Nathan Drake. It's Tom Holland for crying out loud. The film, the new film for Uncharted. It's Tom Holland. It's a young Nathan Drake. And there's rumours that they canned an Uncharted game. I wouldn't be surprised if they reboot the whole fucking thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
So this is what you're seeing, and I think in all of the choices they're making at the moment, why moving away from these niche titles that Japan have always been famous for developing, which arguably are good for business in Japan, but they haven't got the cross international appeal. The whole fact that everything's moved over to the States as opposed to Japan now means that Sony is slowly but surely trying to position itself as a more of a global force, and PlayStation is part of that.
I mean, the thing
What
is
do you
with
think? What do you
PlayStation,
think?
right, is... I mean, the thing is with PlayStation, it's got that brand name, and you speak to the normal person on the street, or that, you know, like my work colleagues who are not, you know, I always think of work colleagues when I talk about that because they're like filthy casuals or whatever.
Filthy casuals. You're such a snob.
I
You're such a
know,
snob.
and all of them, have got PlayStations, and all of them are gagging for a PS5 at the moment when we chat games at work, and they're like, "You've got an Xbox? What the fuck are you on about?" You know, and that's just kind of that mentality of the casual is.
Yeah, but
They know the PlayStation brand. They always buy the Call of Duties and the FIFAs every year, and maybe some other games. So we all know the consoles will always be the best selling systems. But software wise, I'm interested to see what happens this generation, because obviously PlayStation Studio games have obviously got that higher price point now, and obviously Microsoft have got obviously the Game Pass option, which is proving popular on the Xbox side of things. But on pure console sales, I still think that PlayStation will sell the most systems.
No, agreed. Definitely.
well, yeah, but at the moment you will get that because I'm not being rude and don't take this as fanboyish. Xbox haven't done fuck all game wise for ages. They haven't had
No,
Yeah,
and I can agree
but
with you
listen,
on that, Sonny.
the problem you've got
Yeah.
is they bring out Game Pass and everyone's going, "Oh, fucking Game Pass is brilliant. It's the best ever." Yeah, it's good, but the back library of Xbox games from last generation is fuck all. There's nothing on there.
And I'm
Really.
going to support Paul on this because I had a look through PlayStation Now earlier, and I can't, aside from the brand new titles that go day and date, you know, with street dates and onto Game Pass, there's no fucking difference between PlayStation Now and Game Pass. The only thing
No,
that's
I don't think
different
so.
is your day and date stuff. I was looking
And
through
you're
what you can.
streaming it. Some
What
of
is-
them, aren't you, rather
Yeah,
than
but
No, that's
only
downloading.
PS3, isn't it?
yeah, PS3 and PS2.
stuff.
There's not
Yeah,
many
but the
games
thing is,
you
though,
stream.
PS Now doesn't do PS5 games, does it?
No,
Not at the
no,
moment.
it,
no.
it does not at the moment. No,
Mm.
but
There isn't any, is there? Is there?
the
only about
rumor
4 or
is
5.
yeah, exactly. You're basically giving stuff away. I mean, this is why
Give away your two only games that are selling.
Yeah,
but it's like on Game Pass, you got all the optimized for Series X and all that.
Yeah. Well, the difference
Big
is that
deal.
Sony are keeping the PS5 titles as lock and key. It's like the ridiculous thing with the Avengers right now. If you look at PlayStation Now, you can play that on that until July, but it's the PS4 version. You have to pay the full price in order to play the PlayStation 5 version. So there's very much that strategy that is going on. It's almost like protecting the brands of PlayStation and the AAA expectations that feed into that.
I mean, but the thing is, though, like all the news I've been seeing, like from big outlets. I mean, I don't trust a lot of them because obviously, you know, I don't trust the mainstream anyway. But you know, there's a lot of articles just pushing out at the moment. I mean, there's rumours that Sony are going to try and counter Game Pass. Sony's
I've
very
heard that as
worried
well.
about Game Pass because the public perception is for proper gamers is that Game Pass is actually very good value for money. There are a lot of good quality titles on there. You know, and it's just a great deal all round, right? So, and in most people's opinions, it is far superior to PS Now, and I do agree with that. To be honest,
well, if Sony was to drop the whole kind of protecting the PS5 pretense from PlayStation Now and put those titles on, okay, it will go like the clappers. You know, people will be buying it left, right, and centre, and that's all they have to do.
No, and I agree. But the thing is, they don't want to because they want to make the money from the game sales because they make more money from that.
Well, there's also the premium aspect of having your premium titles. You know, your Spider-Man's at £70 or whatever.
Yeah.
That there's that whole kind of brands, the premium branding that PlayStation would want to protect, and it's quite
they're trying
clear
to be
that
a bit
they are.
like Apple, aren't they?
Exactly.
Apple of the gaming sphere. No,
well,
and I
to a
can
degree,
see that.
To a degree. So that's the economics behind it.
No, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where Sony go this gen. I mean, I know there's a lot of negativity surrounding them at the moment, just in the gaming media. But it's like I was saying in our chat earlier. You know, give it a year or two, and there'll be some banging exclusives out on the PS5. And
they might be on the Xbox.
And the news cycle will be very positive again. But I also think because Microsoft have purchased a lot of very good studios over the last 4 or 5 years, we're going to see a lot of good quality titles on the Xbox and the PC as well. And don't forget that there's rumours that a lot more PlayStation exclusives are also going to be coming to the PC as well. So
Do you know the biggest problem we've got at the moment?
Yeah.
Because there's fuck all the play. That's why we're fucking talking about all this bullshit.
Yeah.
100%.
Exactly the
100%
problem.
agree.
Exactly
Yeah.
the problem.
It's been a poor launch. I mean, I've said it on Twitter. It's been the worst launch I've ever known for gaming with the Xbox and the PlayStation. As in, there's nothing on them. I mean, okay, there is people saying, "Oh yeah, but you got Demon Souls." Yeah, if you like that kind of style game, I'd like to play it. But
Yeah, but what
I don't
people
really
forget is that that's a PS3 remaster as well. So
yeah, that's right. So there's
Yeah.
that. It's also Spider-Man, which again is on the PS4 because they had to.
And
because
it's
otherwise
kind of like a Spider-Man 2 1.5.
yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
right. Yeah,
To a
but they
degree.
had to bring it on the PS4 because everyone was bitching and moaning, so they had to do it for the PS4.
No,
Well, I
that makes
think
sense.
one of the main other reasons I think they've had to do like a lot of this kind of like, yeah, we're going to end up sticking it on that as well, is because of supply and demand at the moment.
Yeah, but there's
They
a
haven't
bigger.
got the systems out there
Well, I noticed
to be able to risk that.
I noticed that the PS5 version of Spider-Man sells for a lot cheaper than the PS4 version.
Ooh.
Now,
how weird is that?
Yeah, I looked on eBay and I can pick up. I've been able to, if I wanted to pick up the Miles Morales version for about £25.
Wow, that's good.
I cannot find Miles Morales for the PS4 for under £40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'll slit you for 40 quid for you.
No, I don't want. I don't want to buy it anyway because I was just having a look to see. I was tempted, but then I ended up picking up. What did I pick up? Oh, well, yeah, something I picked up the other day, and I'll talk about it in a bit. But
can I just finish reading the rest of this because I think it's quite a good talking point.
Go for it.
PlayStation's clear aversion to risk-taking is only harming it as time goes on. While Microsoft has been criticised for some of its less than stellar games in the past, Rise, Quantum Break and Recore as examples, it's found a rhythm in getting these projects made to the benefit of studios and consumers, no doubt in part thanks to Game Pass. This report comes only a couple of weeks after Sony confirmed it was shutting down the PS3, PSP and Vita storefronts in a move that's terrible for game preservation. PlayStation has been making poor decisions lately, and it only appears that it will get worse before it hopefully gets better.
And
sorry, you go.
On the same week of that announcement as well, I did see a load of people online sort of like going, "Got my PS5," and you look at it and it's like, it's the digital one, you idiot. Like, do you not know what's just happened? Like, surely that would be like maybe that's the only one you could get hold of, but really, like.
Yeah, to buy a digital PS5. I mean, no. I mean, you got to be fucking desperate to get one of those.
The going back to the PS3 Vita stuff.
Oh yeah, man.
I mean, I'll be honest. I've actually bought a couple of games on the PS3 that I wanted only because I just thought, well, if it all gets shut down, well, the Vita, sorry, that was the main thing, is that I'm going to not get these ever again, and basically some of these cartridges I can't buy because they're too expensive or they're not in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does suck. I'm not a happy bunny, but the problem is the story's absolutely dog shit on the PS3. It's always been dog shit. How many
not
people?
Much better on PS4, mate. It's gotten so much worse than when
I
it
don't
did
mind
when
the
it launched.
PS4. Do you want to see the PS5 then? If you think the PS4's bad, I think the PS5's worse for the store.
Well, there's hardly anything on there to look through, so.
See, the problem with the, especially with the Vita store shutting down, all it's going to do is encourage people to crack their Vitas and to just download the ROMs. So, they're going to make no money at all. I mean, they're not going to make any money by closing the store anyway, but it just seems silly because I'm sure there's a lot of people that still purchase games on that storefront anyway.
Well, they were still making games for it. Did you not hear the news about this?
Yeah, there was some studios, wasn't there?
They're still making games for the Dreamcast and stuff in Japan every now and again.
Well, yeah, but I don't know how it works with the Vita because it probably has to go through Sony to get a cartridge. I don't know if anyone can just make a cartridge to put in a Vita. I'm not sure if you're allowed.
Yeah, it's a bit. It's weird tech, isn't it?
Yeah, whereas the Dreamcast
it's kind of like
disc,
an SD card, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the Dreamcast is just a disc, isn't it? So anyone can make Dreamcast stuff. But yeah, there was a dev company out there. A company out there making a Vita game, they actually had dev kits they got 6 weeks ago from Sony.
Fuck's sake, that's ridiculous, isn't
Sony-
it?
And they were halfway through the game, and they was like, "I'm sorry, but we're not going to be able to finish this game now."
That's a ridiculous decision at the top, isn't it?
Pathetic, isn't it? More Sony, that is.
I mean, it's. I mean, I understand. You sit around and you look at graphs and you go, "Oh, that's not making money. How do we save money on this?" Or you do one or two ways. You shut down certain wings of your development, or you can, you stick stuff together, you merge stuff, or you just make stupid decisions because you've got all this content and you've got no forward plan for it. You got a lot of it is purely digital. It never has a physical release. So where the fuck does it go?
Into the ether.
They haven't thought it through.
It's
exactly.
sad. It's really sad.
Oh, I don't know.
But this is the problem with digital, though. I know a lot of you people out there love the digital. Oh, yeah, physical media. It's like that kind of thing. But there is stuff that you won't get eventually. And I know, okay, we've got it on the Xbox, but even the Xbox, there's still stuff on the Xbox that's not actually on the Xbox One. That was from the 360 era.
I know. I said that last week actually, that I've got loads of stuff on my 360 that I can't port over to my Xbox One or Series X. So I mean, it makes me laugh because the consoles are such closed platforms. It makes it very difficult for that game preservation. And I was saying in our Discord, it's just like, on the PC, because it's an open platform, I could go back and play a 20-year-old PC game, just like that, just bang, and it's done. And it's just a shame you can't do that on consoles.
Yeah, this is one of the things, is the fact that technically consoles are becoming more and more like PCs.
Yeah.
Because they can't be bothered to fucking innovate anymore. They lost all the innovation as soon as we came out of the cartridge era, and I'd say probably just after the PS2 or midway through the PS2, they all just went, we used to do our own shit. Let's just copy PC now and make them more like PC. Which doesn't make sense, because consoles are consoles, PCs are PCs.
Yeah,
I've always said, if you wanted a PC, buy a fucking PC.
Yeah.
It's simple.
That's what it makes me laugh now when you get a lot of people going, "Oh, what TV do I buy? Because I want to run my games at 120 FPS, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, but you're a console gamer, you're talking like a PC gamer now. Just chill,
And then obviously the only downside is, like, with the monitor thing, is you've got to pretty much have your own separate speaker set up and all that, because the monitors don't come with internal speakers.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to finish reading this anyway, because it gets quite interesting actually.
It's like Jack and Horry, this.
Yeah. So Sean Layden, who served as the CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment for much of the PS4's lifespan, notably left the company altogether in 2019, in a move that shocked long-time fans. Reports have suggested that his departure was due to an internal power struggle with Jim Ryan over the company's restructuring. After Bloomberg's report broke this morning, people were quick to see if Layden had anything to say. Though he so far remains silent on Twitter, taking a look at Layden's public Twitter likes, it's clear what he thinks of the situation. So there's something that was said on Twitter. "Yo, we need you back at PlayStation. Things are really getting bad with Jim Ryan. The current executives are set on destroying the company. This is PS3 era vibes, but even worse. Man, this is depressing. Congrats on the vaccine, though." Yeah. And they talk about in this report about Hideo Kojima making a game for Xbox, which they say
hasn't been confirmed yet, but it seems to be like as though that's the case. But the thing that's going to make me laugh is, I guarantee you, as soon as they announce it for the Xbox, you're going to have all these Xbox people that shit all over Death Stranding just because it was on the PlayStation. Just suddenly
Anyway, I'm just going to read the last few paragraphs anyway. So just at the end of this, it just says, "It seems as if everything in the news surrounding PlayStation lately just screams bad optics. The only thing it has going for it right now is the upcoming release of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, because let's be honest, there's a high probability Horizon Forbidden West won't launch this year. It's a shame that these blunders keep popping up for PlayStation, because the PS5 is genuinely a fantastic console. The SSD problem notwithstanding, and some of the blockbusters Sony has made are some of the best PS5 games of all time. It's also hard
at least
to feel...
we now know why Sorry.
Yeah. It's also hard to feel bad for Sony when these wounds are self-inflicted. There's still time for PlayStation to course correct, but the damage, unfortunately, has been done. Still, if Xbox has proven anything, you can come back from certain defeat. There you go.
Oh yeah, they had money though. That does help. Sony don't have the money.
At least we now know why they haven't announced the hard drive expansion upgrades yet that you can use.
Yeah, they're going to be
because you don't need to. You haven't got the games to play on it.
Yeah.
Unless you've got COD.
The only
Warzone. That's it.
The only problem you've got is if they do release the SD cards, the scalpers are going to be rubbing their hands together.
Well, I saw I saw in the news today that because obviously they've stopped selling what's it called? Mario 3D All Stars, or the prices have jacked up now massively. Yeah, so I might sell mine on eBay. Lols.
I would. You won't get anything for it. It's just piss takers.
I know. I'm not. I mean, the thing is, though, I saw that news, but I can see that it's still available from certain outlets for the original price because they've still got stock. So
exactly.
Same as the Game & Watch remake, wasn't it? That's another thing that sort of you can still get it at the moment.
It does make me laugh in the fact of like rather than like making the physical release limited, which would make sense. It's like let's kill the actual version of the game that you can get whenever you want.
It's weird, isn't it? Cool. So I'm going to move on to some more news. Good news for PlayStation Now people. You can now play Marvel's Avengers, Borderlands 3, and The Long Dark.
Ooh.
So that's some news for you people that have PS Now.
And if you just a heads up on that, if you go onto CD Keys, you can get it for £40 for the year.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Because I just mine was due. I mean, I use it and I don't use it. One of those things that, for the price it costs, it's not really a lot of money, is it? £40?
No.
For the year, that's decent.
And that's good. And
I'm tempted by that actually.
And there's always, there's quite a lot of gear on there as well that's worth playing as well. Sort of different stuff to what Xbox has got as well. So it's good. So yeah, I was quite pleased. I mean, I'm playing Borderlands 3, saves me getting the disc out, so it's even better.
Ding dong.
Lazy fucker.
And talking about Borderlands 3,
unfortunately,
it's coming to the Switch.
Version, though, is it?
Yeah, man.
That's good anyway.
Don't know why, but it's coming to the Switch.
Yeah, coming to the Switch. Woohoo! Another piece of news is that Epic Games and Epic Games Store have lost. Last year, in 2019, they lost $181 million.
Ouch.
And in 2020, they lost $273 million. Just on the Epic Games Store, because all they're doing is giving away games all the bloody time, and no one actually buys anything on it.
Exclusivity, aren't they?
Yeah,
they are giving developers and publishers loads of money to make their games exclusive to that platform.
Yeah, so because they're trying to outdo Steam at the moment.
Why? They had such a head start, and so many people are into it. It's like the whole MMO thing again, isn't it? When obviously you had everyone and their uncle was launching an online MMO. Yeah. Only one or two of them take hold, and then everyone devotes time to those. You're not going to have time to try the others, even if you want to.
Yeah,
and eventually, they get pushed out.
So the weird thing about Steam is, right, I mean, because I've got a massive back catalogue on there, and I can understand that mentality somewhat. You've been using that same storefront for a long time, and you've got your back catalogue, so you want to carry on using it and buying your games on there to make your catalogue bigger. I can see that point of view, but what I don't understand with some people's mentality is, you'll get games that come out, and say they come out on the Ubisoft store or the Epic Games Store, whatever, and say they're £30 on the Epic Store, but £50 on the Steam Store. There'll still be loads of people out there that would still buy it on the Steam Store because it's on Steam.
Yeah.
And I just find that a really odd mentality. I really do.
You've got someone on the podcast with you now that will buy a game for money for a physical copy, even if the digital version's free.
I know, because you're weird. But because Steam is so ingrained into the PC ecosystem for gaming, Epic Games Store will never, ever overtake it. I mean, many others have tried and failed. I mean, I suppose the good thing for me personally is because of Game Pass, I actually use the Xbox app, the Xbox store more than Steam now, just because I download all my games on there and play through there. And most of the time it works pretty well, but still Steam is the most easiest to use, has the most games on there, and it's great. So, cool. Okay, moving on. Talking about Game Pass again. Some games coming to Game Pass. I laughed when I saw this because one of our community members, Shady Fox, who is a listener and I game with on the Xbox on Battlefield sometimes, and he comes on our gamer nights.
Yeah.
About a week or two ago, he was like, "Oh, I've just bought Grand Theft Auto 5 because it was on sale." And then what happens? It's coming to Game Pass
again. Though that's the thing. It won't be forever.
No, it won't.
Yeah, it'll be in and out. So
yeah.
Take it all about.
So, so there's some cool games coming. So you've got Disneyland Adventures, which I've already purchased, so I can't,
Disneyland Adventures.
Yeah.
What are the Chivos like?
I don't know, because I bought it for my missus, so...
Okay.
What is it then?
You go around the Disneyland park and you go on different rides.
God.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. What else was there? So you got Disney's Rush, NHL 21, MLB The Show. One game that looks really good, and I've already pre-installed it on my Xbox, is called Rain on Your Parade. Have you seen this? It looks absolutely brilliant. So you play as this little cloud, right? And you go around and wreck people's day by raining on them and snowing on them and all sorts of stuff. It looks
Are they going
awesome.
to make a sequel called Shit on Me?
Yeah.
Seriously, the trailer. You got to watch the trailer on the Xbox. I can't find the same trailer they've got on the Xbox on YouTube, unfortunately. But it just looks so fun. It's like a little cardboard cutout cloud with a smiley face, and you can put little hats on him and stuff. Oh, it just looks so cool. It's coming to everything: Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. But obviously, it's coming to Game Pass. So that's going to be one that I'm going to be checking out this week because it looks really, really cool. Some really random game called Pathway, and out now is Zombie Army Dead War 4.
Yeah.
So
that's on PlayStation as well, actually, on PlayStation Plus, actually.
Yep.
Nice. So
I'm downloading it today.
Apparently that's quite good co-op. So I've installed that, and I'm looking for some people to co-op on it with. So that'd be quite fun. Cool. And I think that might have been
Street Charades 4 DLC.
Oh yeah, me. I still can't get past the fourth level on that.
I can't believe you could. Yeah, I can't believe. I mean, I'm actually playing it at the moment whilst we do podcast, and I'm absolutely kicking ass.
It's really hard.
No, it's not.
It's too hard, man. There's no easy mode.
Yes, there is.
I need an easy mode. Yeah, but do you get Chivos on easy?
Well, I'm playing on Switch, so of course you do.
I believe so.
Oh, I didn't know there was an easy mode. Is there?
It's all about the combos. It's all about the combo linking and scoring. Anyway, it's great. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm not too sure. They've only announced one of the extra playable characters. So there seems.
Do you reckon it's going to be the other ones that are in the game, or?
I don't know. Possibly, yeah.
Stuff?
Possibly. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, there's going to be some new areas you go to, and some new weapons, and some new. It looks like most of the other characters are getting extra moves as well, which should make things a lot more interesting and tidy things up. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be good. I mean, I can't see it costing more than 10, 15 quid, but we'll wait and see. But as I said, it's. I'm not sure. There's no date when it's coming out yet, but it looks almost finished, so it shouldn't be too long.
Cool.
And it's weird because, like, generally for games like that, sort of like an arcadey release, generally don't get DLC.
No, they don't.
They don't.
He must have seen.
Fair enough. You had a couple of characters for Scott Pilgrim, didn't you? That came out. Like Knives, I think, was a DLC character, and
The problem with those is that you didn't really get. Well, they don't really feel very different to the main characters you got anyway. This is going to be different though from the look of it, because every single character on Streets of Rage 4 plays differently, has a different feel. So looking forward to it. It's going to be good.
Cool. Any other news?
About it, really.
They announced a 4K Advent Children Blu-ray this week.
Ooh.
So I look forward to picking that up at some point. It's apparently remastered as well, so that should be pretty sweet. I think it's something else. I know also this week in Japan, I think it was like Famitsu magazine announced and gave some more details on they're doing like a Neptunia crossed with Senran Kagura game.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting considering the Senran Kagura game that Sony paid for exclusivity on never came out because it couldn't get past their stupid fucking censorship nonsense.
Lols.
Yeah, we shall see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that now. I think that's out around summertime.
Oh, nice. That's
just
right.
around the same set of time as Idolmaster, and that comes out. So at least there's a couple of games I'm looking forward to that I can get for the PlayStation this year, both on PS4 mind, not PS5.
Yeah.
Because they like I said, they're not announcing PS5 games in Japan. I'm not too sure. It was just like Neptunia versus Senran Kagura or ex Senran Kagura or something. It was only been like sort of info the last few days.
Okay.
There's still quite a few bits coming out for the PS4, I noticed, because I was having a look on Game Collection, and there is quite a few games still being released for it, which is good.
It's a massive user base still.
Yeah,
and to be honest, it makes it easier because like pretty much every PS4 game now plays on the PS5 anyway.
Yeah, that's right. But what I remembered last gen, when we went from the 360 to the One, and the same with the PS3 to the PS4, was that it just stopped. No games come out. That was it. It just went bang, dead. Where this gen, that's the only thing we'll say is at least it's not like all these games that were half in developed, they just get cancelled. They are quite a few of them are still going to come out. So which is a good sign. Because I do remember that last gen, it was like fucking hell. It's like there's nothing coming out for the 360 anymore. That's it. They've just cancelled everything. And I think the last game, I remember there was stuff like Kung Fu Panda that was about the only thing left.
I think there was some sports games are usually the last
they usually
ones.
pump out the FIFA, don't they?
Yeah, the sports games, they always come out regardless.
In some random country, they're still pumping out FIFA games on the Megadrive.
That's got
to be China.
No, it's like where the fuck? It's like Brazil or some country like that, I think.
No, Brazil was always behind. I mean, I saw a video the other day because Brazil got the PS2 about 8 or 9 years after its initial release.
Wow.
I know that. And on top of that, I think the final game for the PS2 was I think it was a PES game from Konami. And I think the final football game on the PlayStation 2 was, I think, FIFA 14.
Yeah,
so,
they go for good money.
I'm starting to realise why Christ the Redeemer has his arms outstretched now. He's like, what the fuck?
Oh, man. Oh, dear, that's funny.
Cool. So is that the end of the news?
I think so.
Cool.
Are we putting up the paywall?
Putting up the paywall. So if you want to listen to the rest of this show, you cheapskates, if you're not on Twitch, just subscribe to the Patreon for £5 a month.
This is when I do my best work, so you're gonna have to pay for it.
Yep. If you want to listen to Dan's best work, pay your £5. Job done.
I don't see any of it, by the way.
To listen to the rest of this week's show, please subscribe at patreon.com/360gamercast. When you subscribe for as little as £5 a month, you get a podcast episode every single week of the year, an awesome Discord rank as well, with its own private chat room, and your own feed on any podcast app to listen to the show. It does not work with Spotify, however, so you'll have to use an app such as Pocket Cast, which I have to say is really, really awesome. Again, that website is patreon.com/360gamercast. You know you want to support the show. A £5 a month is not a lot of money to spend. Come on, guys, don't be tight. £5 a month. Love you lots. See you on the other side.